Welcome to Disability UK. I'm Joy, and today we have about a 25-minute push where we're going to build up from an easy to an all-out intensity 5 times. Make sure you have a bottle of water handy, and let's get started. We're going to start with our 2-minute warm-up, and for this one, we're just gonna start with some hip hinges. So hinging forward and back, trying to keep the chest nice and neutral, moving from the hips as best you can. You might use hands on rims or hands on seat for this. We're gonna add to that reach, knees, hips, extend. So if you don't have the hinge, that's fine. Reach towards the knees, go to the hips, and then extend behind. Warming up the body, getting ready for the work we're about to do. Excellent, let's do some shoulder rolls. Really thinking about having those shoulder blades slide down the back. And then coming forward. Nice, light and controlled. And then we'll finish off with some thoracic mobility, crossing arms over chest and rotating, keeping the lower back connected to your chair. One more time, this direction, and then other side. Getting some movement through that thoracic spine and mid-back. All right, shake that out, make sure that your locks are disengaged, and we're gonna start with a nice, easy warm-up here. We've got about 2 minutes at this nice, easy intensity here. For me, easy is around 2 to 3 kilometers per hour. Everybody's gonna be a little different, and your body may feel different today based on what you've been doing. So I've just been studying at a cafe all day today. So I really haven't exerted myself that much. So I've got a lot more to give. Maybe if it's the end of the day for you and you've exerted yourself quite a bit, that intensity, that easy intensity might be lower than if you woke up and started your workout. So we're just checking in with the body, seeing where we're at today. 1 more minute here at this nice, easy intensity. This should feel, I wouldn't say restful, but it is kind of a recovery, like a stroll, a strolly roll. A nice, easy pace. I'm about a month away from doing an 8-mile roll through Manchester for Diabetes UK. We'll see how that goes. I've not ever gone 8 miles under my own push power. I usually use my pull assist for that. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Be prepared. We're gonna go up to medium here. Here we go, medium. So for me, medium is around 4 kilometers per hour. We're only here for about a minute. So we're going from that easy, skipping over that light and getting that heart rate back up. feeling what that moderate or medium intensity is. It does feel like work, but work you can do for a while. You choose as far as how you're going to get into that intensity. Are you going to push more, little pushes, or bigger, more powerful pushes? Pros and cons to each. You have to do what's right for your body. We've got about a few more seconds to go back down to easy. All right, a little over 30 seconds here at easy. We haven't done any builds yet. We're getting there. You're just playing around with that intensity. And you might play around today with your pace, the cadence, so how quickly you're pushing versus the power, and find a nice rhythm that works best for your body. We've got about 5 more seconds here. We're gonna go up to hard, which, here we go, 45 seconds of hard is harder than medium. So I'm looking at 4.5 to 5 kilometers per hour here. So I'm just looking at my Wahoo speedometer. Not quite there yet. So I'm leaning forward. There we go. Doing that little bit of hip hinge. So that I'm getting more of that range of motion. We're at 10 more seconds here in this hard intensity. We're gonna go all out next. You're in your first build. Here we go, all out, 30 seconds, fast as you can. Fast, fast. So I'm going hard with a bit of a slower cadence. Maybe you're, woo! It's up to you how you get into that intensity. 15 more seconds here before we go to an easy intensity. Keeping your torso, your hips, your legs nice and still. And easy for a minute. Whew. This is recovery. So only stop pushing if you need to grab a drink of water. Otherwise, try, even if it's a real slow pace, that's absolutely fine. We're just recovering from that all-out work. Maybe you felt your heart rate get up there. Starting to feel that dewy sheen of sweat. Okay, keep pushing. Key piece of advice before you use your active trainer, double check the pressure on your tires, make sure they're pumped up and they're equal. Okay, we're going up to medium here in a few seconds. Here we go, medium pace. If you don't check your tire pressure and they're drastically different on each side, you're gonna get a different experience as you push here on your active trainer. So you just wanna check, get out your pressure gauge. Now we're 2 minutes here about at that medium pace. I'm looking to go at that 4 kilometers per hour. Feeling a nice even push on both sides. And you may not notice it, but my left side is struggling a little bit. It's my weaker side. So I tend to do slower pushes because my left hand takes longer to open for me, and so I often kind of miss my left rim because my fingers haven't fully opened yet. So if I go at a slower cadence, a little bit of a slower pace, and focus more on the push, 45 more seconds, I'm able to push equally through both arms and keep a more steady pace. Everyone's gonna have their own cadence. And that's fine. It's just like a runner would have their own cadence. Some run with shorter strides, some with longer strides. Okay, 10 more seconds here. And we're going to an all out. So this was your second build. Here we go, all out. Hinging forward at the hips. If that's available to you, push. Whoop, ah, here we go, keep going, keep going. I went a little too fast for my left side to keep up with my right. So I'm gonna slow down so I don't run away on my right side. A few more seconds, we're going into easy, here we go. A minute of easy. So you've done 2 builds. Try and recover. Grab a drink of water here in this easy recovery if you need it. And then go right back into the movement here. Whew. Now that you've done 2 builds, kind of reflect on how they felt and see how this third build is gonna go. Make any adjustments you need from the first 2. So I know that sometimes I try and get my cadence going too fast. I'm gonna focus on that for this next build. We're gonna go up into a light.
Halfway time reached, 11 minutes, 35 seconds.
You're halfway there. So I'm going to a light, which is in between easy and moderate. We've got just over a minute here at this light. So when we're in light, we don't feel the need to kind of hinge forward to produce more force. We can sit back fully supported in our backrest. Building up our third build, and as you heard the iPad say, you're already halfway through this. Keeping up that light cadence. Whew. Blowing air out through pursed lips if you need to catch your breath. You've got this. We've got 10 more seconds here in light, and then we're going to build on this. So we're going to an all-out intensity, and here we go, all-out intensity. Fast as you can, and I'm really focusing on keeping both arms even. Can I produce the same amount of force at the same speed between both sides? Push, push, push. Tightening my core. Oh, and go down to easy. I kept us there a few extra seconds and all out. I was so focused, so sorry. Come down into easy. That's the nice thing about being on the active trainer, is that I feel much safer going all out than out in the real world, because lots of obstacles. And still working on some of my wheelchair skills. So we have a little under a minute here at this easy intensity. You've done 3 out of 5 builds, 2 more left to go. Take stock and see how much energy you have at this point. Can you increase your intensity for the end of this workout? Maybe you need to decrease your intensity. I'm keeping a better eye on the time. Keep it going, a nice easy pace. About 15 more seconds here, and we'll start build number 4. All right, this build is a hard build. So here we go. Increasing, we're not to all out yet, but we're going up too hard. So I'm just checking my Wahoo speedometer to get a sense of that hard. Now, if you don't have a Wahoo speedometer, you can just check in with your body and ask yourself, is this harder than my medium, but not all out? And you're then at a hard intensity. I do like to track my speed and my time just for my own goals, but it's not necessary. All right, 45 more seconds before we go back into that all out intensity. All out is everything you've got in that moment. Make sure that core is supporting. We've got about 20 more seconds here before we go into an all-out intensity. You've got this. You've made it here. 10 more seconds. Here we go. All out. 30 seconds all out. Press, push, push. Woo! I can feel the burn. My left arm is not happy. It's a good burn. Here we go. Muscles are working. 5 more seconds, and we get a nice easy recovery. All right, easy, easy, easy. A minute of easy here. Whew. Nice work. You're on your last build of the workout. So you've reached build number 5. Now might be a great time to take a sip of water. And then keep at it. One more time. We're gonna build up. Catch your breath. Let your muscles recover. Maybe smile. If you find like you're clenching, smile it out. Okay, we're gonna go up to moderate. Here we go. A little bit more difficult than that light, but we're not in that hard zone. Blowing air out through pursed lips. Catching your breath. Getting in a good cardio workout here today. We have about a minute here at moderate. And just like all the other builds, we'll get to that all-out intensity. Really kind of testing the endurance here at maintaining a moderate pace. You might feel a little breathless. You can talk, but you definitely can't sing. If you're feeling totally out of breath, it's a sign that you need to pull back your intensity and go back to easy. So you should be able to talk a little bit here at this moderate intensity. Breathing the whole time. Almost done with moderate. Few more seconds to all out. Here we go. All out. Last 30 seconds of your all out intensity. Woo! Left is not having it. Can't even talk at this intensity. 10 more seconds. You got it, you got it. We're about to go back to easy. And easy, 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 easy. Whew, that was your last build. Hardest part of the work is done. We're on that downhill. Want to help give our heart rate some time to come down before we do some stretching. For this last minute, I'm just going to go backwards and alternate sides. Again, I do this as a little like bonus core. Really working on shifting my weight side to side. And it's like my core, the crunch down, is what drives the movement. So I'm not reaching from the shoulder blade first. I'm thinking crunch through the core, pull back, pull back. It's almost like my arms are just like little hooks and the movement comes from my core. Depending on your injury and your needs, it might look slightly different. You do whatever feels right for your body. All right, one more time. We're into that cool down. Shake it off. And we're gonna do some shoulder rolls again. Coming back, sliding down the back. You did an amazing job today. Coming forward, back around. You did 5 builds, really working on that endurance at both hard and moderate intensities. Okay, and then we're just gonna do a chest stretch, clasping hands behind the back. I kind of just prop my arms between my push handles to get a nice stretch. Trying not to jut my chest forward. Just kind of relax into that front body stretch. And we'll end with some tricep stretches. So coming around, hand to shoulder. That was a pop for my wrist. A nice stretch along the back of the arm here. And then we'll switch sides. Taking nice deep breaths, allowing your heart rate to come down.
Workout complete.
We'll give it a few more seconds here. Even out the sides. And then shake it out. Lovely. You completed 5 builds from easy to all out with at least 2 minutes of moderate or hard intensity in between, which means that you spent at least 10 minutes in a moderate to hard intensity today. So fabulous job. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.